Jason Gatson of Team USA has come back from athletic oblivion. That he is about to lead the United States onto the floor of the World Championships is amazing, but maybe not to him. As NBC Sports welcomes you to the 37th World Championship of Artistic Gymnastics, there is Jason Gatson. Not amazing maybe to him. In 1999, when he first blew apart his knee, he was the first one to say, "Don't worry, I'll be back." Then all those lonely days of rehab and indecision. And when he finally returned once again at the National Championships and blew out his knee a second time, he was the first one to say, "I'll be back." And here he is. And how many people in this arena or on this television station can appreciate his story is impossible to figure, but it is a small number. And yet there is Jason Gatson about to begin this Team World Championship for the United States, and he will do so on floor exercise. I'm Al Trautwig, along with the greatest gymnast that Canada has ever produced, Elfie Schlegel, and Olympic gold medalist Tim Daggett. Andrea Joyce is patrolling the floors for us today. And the way this works is that there are two teams at a time. Right now, by chance of draw, Korea is also performing at the same time. The United States will be on floor exercise. This World Championship is expected to come down to the U.S., China, Japan, or Russia. Here we go.
And Jason, you see that big knee brace, obviously protecting a knee that is still not 100%. He choreographs his routine so that all the passes until his final one go into a rollout position. It's great not only to protect that knee, but it also helps a tremendous amount in that landing deductions are almost non-existent.
Tim, in your career, you came back not from an injury like this, but a very severe injury. How often do you think about what it's going to feel like when you hit?
Well, you think about it a lot, to be perfectly honest, and Jason Gatson has got to land on it for the first time at the end of this tumbling run right here. Very tricky combination. Oh, and that, you know, he was a little bit crooked on the second rebounding skill and just didn't get the bounce. He says this dismount really bothers his knee. He was so excited about leading Team USA off in this championships.
Actually, he said, Tim, it was quite an honor to be the first man out.
3 elements in a row right here for the dismount. Gets him a handful of bonus. Critical to get this all the way around. And you know what? That's odd because it looked like he had enough energy, enough rotation, just wasn't quite prepared for the ground.
8-9-7-5, not the way Jason Gatson wanted to start these World Championships. Some might say his Olympic dreams were dashed and crushed. Actually, he says they'll just be postponed. Now here's Paul Hamm from Waukesha, Wisconsin, just outside of Milwaukee. He and twin brother Morgan are back after getting rid of their injury problems, not near as seriously as Jason Gatson.
Wow, what a powerful opening, double twisting, double layout. Remember, the critical thing in this team competition, the new rules are 3 men up, all 3 scores count.
Each team has 6 athletes that they can choose their top 3 on each event. But the critical thing, you cannot have mistakes. Certainly can't have a lot of them and be competitive in this competition.
Basically one really bad routine and you're done as a team.
Exactly. With the mistake by Jason, it would have hurt a heck of a lot more if they didn't have 2 guys like Paul and Morgan Hamm waiting in the wings. These 2 are certainly world class, if not one of the absolute best in the world. Both of them are.
And can post a huge score. Scored a 9.562 in the first day.
And he
That's going to
sixed
get a
it.
big score.
That's what you call picking up a teammate. Paul Hamm is the cover man on the media guide for the U.S. team. He is the reigning national champion, ending the 5-year string of Blaine Wilson. 9.675. And these days in gymnastics, that's a big number. And now to his twin brother. What's the biggest secret you guys have found in telling them apart?
Well, actually, you see it in their nose, I think, but you also see it that, believe it or not, even after watching Paul tumble, this guy jumps higher. It's incredible.
Same first tumbling pass.
Huge double twisting, double layout. You're just not supposed to be able to do that. If you're a human being, you're not supposed to be able to do it. He had trouble on this in day one, didn't make the pass. Perfect.
Remember
You
Morgan.
hear the yelps of joy from his teammates in the background. And this crowd at Arrowhead Pond of Anaheim is really into their gymnastics. First U.S. World Championship since 1991.
Morgan, of course, was a finalist at the Sydney Olympics. What he's known for is sticking landings. And that's crucial at a World Championships.
Another double layout.
Oh, that's uncharacteristic.
He's too much power, too high, but also going to get a huge number.
Sorry, we're gonna save that flare.
The U.S. men suffered a very disappointing Olympic experience in Sydney, but then rebounded in 2001 to claim a silver medal as a team. And now, after Jason Gadsden's 8.975, Morgan and Paul Hamm at a 9.675 and now a 9.625 to help pick him up. Back after this on NBC. The World Gymnastics Championships are brought to you by Zocor. Talk to your doctor about Zocor today. By Prudential Real Estate, we have the people and the technology to make buying and selling faster. And by Longines, the official watch of World Gymnastics. Back at the World Championships of Gymnastics in Anaheim, California, the United States has had its turn on the floor exercise. Now it's up to the Chinese men. They'll start with Yang Wei here. Give me the sense of the confidence level of the Chinese coming into these World Championships, guys.
Well, not great on floor exercise and high bar. Head coach Huang Yubin said he is most fearful of this event. And on top of that, it's the rebounding passes that he worries most about. Multiple skills being done in a row is what worries the coach, and it happens right here. He has struggled with this for a week and a half, but not today. Every time you put one skill on top of another, it makes it a little bit more difficult. The timing has to be even more dead-on precise.
The head coach, Tim, also mentioned that this was the first time since the Sydney Olympics that they're actually showing their best in the world against the best that are here, because they did not send their A team to the 2001 World Championships. Yang Wei was a silver medalist at the Sydney Olympics, by the way, in the all-around.
Full twisting double. And that wasn't bad.
Now, we saw the little slide on the right foot. Is that a stick or not?
Well, you know, I tell you, my guess would be half the panel calls it a stick and half of them takes 5/100ths of a point.
Xing Wei has previously gone for the Chinese, registering a 9.312. And we have seen a tremendous growth in the emotional outpouring among the Chinese teammates in recent years. The high fives, the screaming, the yelling, the supporting, the winning.
Here is his dismount, and he kind of has a hard time deciding whether he wants to grab his legs or not.
Doesn't do a whole lot of pulling there, Tim. It makes it around quite easily.
Has a great routine.
Nice finish.
Yang Wei, very solid 9.65. That can